Howdy gaming people, Damon Master here with another episode of Unboxing My Collection. And this time we've got one that's probably fairly popular, perhaps a little more popular than, well, definitely in certain circles than some of the other ones I've unboxed so far, and that is my King's Quest collection series. This is a reasonably sought after item. I've seen a few of these online go for a couple of bob, and it includes a full 10 games. And there's a lot in this pack, not just King's Quest 2, which makes it pretty awesome. We've got a hinged box cover there, which lists the games included. Obviously King's Quest 1 through to 7. I believe, yes, from memory it's got both the classic sort of early version and then the VGA remake of King's Quest 1. Yeah, but, so there's all those, plus I'm pretty sure, yeah, this also includes the Colonel's Bequest, Alorabo Murder Mystery, Dagger of Amun-Ra, Alorabo Murder Mystery. Those two boxed are getting really difficult and pricey to get these days. Mixed Up Mother Goose Deluxe. I didn't play much of the Deluxe, I did play a bit of the original back in the day, that was good. Making of King's Quest 6, some questions, Royal Scribe, press clippings, so on and so forth. And I believe this one also included a demo for King's Quest 8. So there's quite a bit in there. So yeah, the 7 King's Quest games plus the 2 Laura Bow Murder Mysteries and Mixed Up Mother Goose. It's quite a good box. And it does, as I said, it sells pretty well. The story behind this though was, and how I came to own it, was I was working in a computer store. I can't remember if I was the assistant manager or manager at this stage, but I'd been there for a couple of years. This would have been in 98, I'm pretty sure. And there was a display stand with all of the collection series in the store for the Sierra games. So there was the Police Quest, Space Quest, all that sort of stuff. And I grew up with King's Quest. You know, King's Quest 1 was actually, I think, if not the first PC game I ever played, certainly one of. So along with some Windmill Software titles. So I had very fond memories of the King's Quest games, and they were reasonably priced, I think sort of around $50-$60, but an email came through and they were clearing the stock, and so all of the titles, or the bulk of them, were sort of reduced down to about $20, I think it was at the time, except for this one. This one they discounted down to $10. And so I was like, wow, $10, thank you very much. Immediately came out from behind the counter, grabbed one, put the transaction through and sold it to myself. And then about 20 minutes later, or half an hour later, another email came through and they said that there had been a mistake and that this was supposed to be $20 or $30, something like that, more in line with the others. But of course, by this stage, I'd already put my sale through. So I actually paid $10 for this, brand new, in 98. Which, needless to say, is amazing value. So yeah, this was an Australian release. I mean, it's got the European ESRB rating system, not the Australian one. And I believe the warranty card inside is for America, so it's a bit of a hodgepodge, but it was definitely bought in Australia. But let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got inside. Not a huge lot in these boxes. So I've got my disc. Now these aren't, I'm pretty sure the original containers for these sleeves were paper. I don't know what happened to them over the years, but I've since put them in something a little bit more protective. So three CD-ROMs. Let's see, a warranty card or registration card, and again, that's off to obviously the United States. And hang on, I think we missed off the S. There's the guide or the advert to buy the walkthroughs. So there's some tips and hints there, I think. But then you can obviously get the bigger books, and then we've got the manual itself, which covers all the games. Oh, that's right, too. That reminds me. It's not listed on the box, but they do have the earlier Apple games included in this bundle as well. I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah, Mystery House, Wizard and the Princess, Time Zone, and Mission Asteroid. So I probably don't need to tell most of you, but for those that don't know, I believe Wizard and the Princess was sort of a precursor to King's Quest, sort of like a Calibeth was to Ultima. Yeah, I'd forgotten those were in there. That's really cool. Again, it just shows you how much value is in this bundle. So, and then so we've got manuals for the other King's Quest titles. Yeah, so not a huge amount in that box, but it was a great deal. I saved a lot of money, I guess, and I had a lot of fun. King's Quest 1, as I said, one of the first games I ever played. King's Quest 2 I played a lot of, and I remember being stuck in that game forever until, I mean, I was a kid at the time, until I sort of figured out that you had to sort of go look at the door and then come back across the bridge, and that's when things started changing. Because sort of once you went to the door the first time, you sort of, oh, okay, there's nothing there, and then, you know, I probably fell off my bridge or something, and then loaded, and then never went back to the door because there was nothing there, there was no point, and then you're exploring the map and you're not finding, you know, where you need to go next. So that was a problem. King's Quest 3 was very hard. I never finished that until I was much older. You know, I don't remember ever making any of the spells and things like that. It was just a lot more difficult, because if you think King's Quest 1 was really more adventure in terms of just walk around the land, whereas King's Quest 3 was a lot more solving the puzzles, you know, in a smaller space. And once you got out of the Wizard's house, then it was sort of more of the traditional adventure, and I did enjoy it. The story I thought was quite good. King's Quest 4 I really liked. I know I finished it, I don't remember when, but I did really enjoy it. But then it was about 5 that I really tapered off. 5 and 6, I don't even know if I finished them. It just, there was something about them that never quite grabbed me in the same way. I did come back and finish 7. I finished that a couple of times. And I have finished 8, which is obviously a big departure from the series, but yeah, what a great collection. And as I said, I know they're worth a bit now on eBay, and they're sought after by collectors, so I'll be definitely hanging on to this one. And you know what, I might even have to put the disc in and fire up those Apple II early games. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.